guys, how are you guys doing? So in today's video we're going to be talking about how to transfer your case interview to another country. But before you can transfer your case, you must first have gotten to the NVC stage. That is, your case must have first been documentarily qualified and you must have gone through the USCIS stage before you can transfer. My case is CR1 visa category, that is under spousal visa, but other visa categories can also transfer their case to another country. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of the steps to consider. So the first step will be choosing the right US embassy or consulate you wish to transfer your case. And there are a lot of things to consider before choosing a particular US embassy. You have to first consider the finances, the distance, the requirements of the country you're transferring to. And also you have to confirm, this is the most important one, if they are current to your due date. Okay, if not, you're going to end up going through other process, transferring, and ending up waiting a long time. Next step after choosing the right US embassy for your interview will be how to actually transfer this case, the steps to take. So I transferred my case through the NVC inquiry form. You can access this on Safari or Google. Just type US NVC inquiry form. It's going to take you to you're going to see a link that will take you to the website. So when you get to this site, it's like a form. So you're going to be made to fill your name, your email, I think your visa category, your case number, and then most importantly you have to put down the purpose of why you want to transfer. The purpose could be anything, it could differ, but make it to be important. So you can say it could be a health issue, it could be that you're relocating, it could be that simply the truth, which is the reason why most people transfer, is that there's backlog in your country and you wish to like fasten your process, and that is why you want to transfer. You also need to provide a number of the country you're transferring to. This is not really necessary because I transferred to two different countries. I first transferred to Benin Republic, but when I transferred to Benin Republic, I had to put a Benin Republic number. But when I transferred to Praia Cape Verde, I used my Nigerian number and I was also approved. So the second thing you have to also have is the address of the country that you're transferring to. So you can use an Airbnb you intend to stay while you're there, or a hotel address. Just input that and give a reason why you want to transfer your case, and that is it. Is pretty straightforward. You can write it as your petitioner can draft this later and submit for you, or you the beneficiary can also draft this later and submit. I know some of you might be a little confused on, oh, how do I draft this later? There are samples of this later. You can check it on Google, or I have a couple of people, while my number was still up on my page, they will reach out to me and I could forward them a sample of how this later can be drafted, so you can edit it to put your own information as well. I can also still do this. You can come to my TikTok DM and I can help you to give you a sample of this later, or you can access this on Google yourself. So I'm also going to be sharing some of the requirements from these countries that you are transferring to. All these countries have different requirements before they approve your transfer, or before you can have an interview in these countries. So for Benin Republic, which is the first country I transferred to, I had to travel to Benin Republic to get my resident permit. I had to do something called biometrics. I also have a contact of a person that does this. If you need it, if you want to transfer, if you made your research and your DQ date is current to Benin Republic, I can give you a contact of a person that's going to help you with your resident permit and your consular card. You have to travel to the country, do your biometrics, get your resident permit and your consular card, and then you can use it to transfer, because they require that you have your resident permit. Now to the second country that I transferred to, because after I transferred, unfortunately there was backlog in that country immediately after my transfer. It was like a huge inflow of people transferring and I got stuck. I was there for about 4 months or so. So I was like, you know what, I have to transfer to another country, and there comes Cape Verde prior. So I transferred to Cape Verde. But when I first transferred to Cape Verde, they did not require resident permits. I simply stated in my letter that I want to transfer to this country because I want to stay in this country for the period of my interview time. So I didn't say that I was residing there, and I did not put any resident permits, and I ended up getting my interview done in Cape Verde. But right now I heard it's different, and Cape Verde now requires you to have a resident permit before you can transfer. So in this whole process, what really helped me was the group that I joined, which they helped to share information about the country that is current, and how to go about transferring. I don't know what I would have done without this group. So anyone that's interested in transferring can probably reach out to me in my DM, and I'm going to be dropping the admin's number, and they can add you to the group, and you can just stay in the group to be more informed, because I can't tell you go and transfer to this country or that country, because there are a lot of things to consider. My transfer to Praia Cape Verde, I had to have at least about $5,000. So it's different for each person. It's like, okay, you have to choose a country considering things like your finances and other things. So I can't say, okay, transfer to this country. It's a decision that you have to make for yourself. It was way cheaper for me when I transferred to Benin Republic, because I don't even need a flight to Benin Republic and all that. Decision that you have to make for yourself considering every other thing that you have to consider. I'm going to be having other videos on my YouTube channel, like documents required for your interview, and how to file your USCIS I-130, or like how to the tips I can give on how to fasten the process, other things about the process, like my experiences. But I think I will be continuing the rest of this video on my YouTube. So my YouTube is on my bio on the beacon link. Click it and then click on the YouTube, and please subscribe and stay tuned.